Hey!
Ahoy!
Ahoy! Mwah, chef's kiss. It is Monday, and it is after 8 p.m., which means it is time for everybody's favorite video game podcast where your argument is
Invalid.
invalid.
Mm-hmm.
We are Salt Tier Podcast, not coming to you from Studio 212, but coming to you from the ambiguous Pacific Northwest, and we are still probably the most pretentious video game podcast out there.
We have
We're
our
proud
moments.
of it.
Yeah.
We got our moments, and we are still brought to you by the lovely folks at Voodoo Ranger. Ooh. Did I hear a crispy pop?
Mm.
You heard it.
I couldn't wait. I already cracked mine.
Oh, I am currently drinking beet juice because I kind of drank for 2 days straight.
Hey, but was some of that you drank? Some
Yeah,
Voodoo
baby.
Ranger?
You
Some
better
New Belgium?
believe it. Yeah, I had some New Belgium in my belly, but what do you got there, Sage Bell?
I have the atomic spicy pumpkin.
Oh, dang.
Nice.
Oh, that's a new can.
Yeah.
It's
That
different
looks
this year, yeah.
cool.
Yeah, last
Yeah,
year it
but-
was more like a darker orange.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this is more what's the word I'm looking for? Not rugged.
Rustic.
No. Like, cause he's got the tear on his neck and stuff. Reminds me of like out in
Like
the
Mad
sand.
Max.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whatever that
Gotcha.
term is.
Gotcha.
Steampunk.
No,
Not
that's not steampunk.
Oh, diesel punk.
Apocalyptic.
Yes.
Apocalyptic.
That's a good word. That's one of my favorite genres of games.
Apocalypse.
Apocalyptic
Mhm.
games.
I love all those. I love all those post-apocalyptic games.
Like Rage.
Yeah, I like the aesthetic, but I didn't really like that game so much. But stuff like
Yes.
Fallout, stuff like Odyssey, Journey to the West, stuff like things of that nature.
A vast mateys, says our fifth Beatle.
Mm,
Oh, speaking of fifth Beatle, we should probably get to introductions, y'all.
yeah.
And if for some reason y'all are not already liked, subscribed, and following on Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, Twitch, that's a clutch one. We are Salt Tier Podcast. For Instagram and Twitter, we are Salt_Tier Pod.
Also on Steam, we're Salt Tier Podcast as well. We post on
Hey.
there. I just posted on there. So, if you're not on any of those places and you find yourself gaming a lot, subscribe to our Steam group and you'll get notifications when our podcast goes live as well.
And it's gonna be fancy. And y'all better pay attention because what's next month? Oh, Black Friday stuff is gonna come up and Cyber Monday, and we're always like one of the to-go spots.
Yeah, we'll see. It's been interesting.
It's
Last
been a
year
weird
was
year.
real interesting, and the year before that was interesting as well. So
I
we'll
still
see
send
what's-
people links.
What's
to
even
our
for
episode.
sale though? What's even for sale?
NFTs. But thanks for joining us. No name plaque. I am Loud and Brown. At Loud and Brown on Instagram and Twitter, but
What-
on Steam and PlayStation, I am Gross Steph with a PH.
What else are you? You're leaving
Oh,
one out.
Lucky Bandit, baby.
There you go. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If you ever in your life play Final Fantasy, that's got to be your name. It's got to be
Probably
your
gonna
name.
be Gross Steph. I'll be honest.
Lucky Bandit sounds. Trust me, but you can always change it later. We'll see.
I am gonna trust you. Do you have more than 30 hours on that game?
Yes, actually,
Okay.
I can look. Yeah.
Speaking of more than, we're gonna go down and talk to who I'm talking to. Introduce yourself, grown
Howdy.
ass man.
This is the Savorings.
Dot.
Player of Final Fantasy 14 Online, where I have 1,061 hours. It's creeping up on Stellaris.
That's
it's
wild.
It's within about 130 hours of Stellaris. Find me in the land of Eorzea. I do play on my main, but I also play on my alternate. It is a She-Hulk classic, and it's She-Hulk. I just made She-Hulk in the game. And she's a warrior, and she's way over leveled, so she just beats everything and way overpowered, as you would expect. It's She-Hulk. I really don't have much to say. I just been playing that and working, and kids and all that kind of stuff. But we'll get to that.
Yeah.
But all joking aside, you can find me on the Steam group, like I plugged earlier.
Hey, Azorius is here too.
What's up? I'm the Savorings ... on Steam as well. Join our Steam group. We do give away free games, and I'll kick
To
it
the
off
sailor.
I'll kick it off to the sailor glamour up there.
Hi. Hello, as I go blurry again. It is me, Sage Bell. You find me most places at Sage Bell. That includes Twitch, Twitter, but on Facebook/Instagram, it's SageBell_model. I stream on Wednesday nights normally. You'll catch me at 7 p.m. Pacific, usually earlier, but that's my latest time I'll start. I will not be this week, but I'll say that at the end. So what I played, I installed a game and I didn't know what kind of game it was. I thought it was I knew it was a survival game, but I thought it was like a solo survival game. And it's a game called Bigfoot. And it is, it's actually a 4v1. So it's a similar setup to Dead by Daylight, but there's only one type of killer and it's Bigfoot. His health is atrociously high. I had a very comical game where the killer from the previous game was a survivor with me. And so nobody's in voice chat, but everyone can share chat together. And so we can chat at the killer and such. And so it was like 2 of us are still alive and we're texting the killer. And I was like, please, I've brought wine. Be nice to me. And at some point, it was just me and the killer left. So the killer had killed the person who felt bad because he killed me on my first game ever.
The killer felt bad that they killed you. That's adorable.
Yeah.
That's adorable.
Well, and then he killed another person, and that game ended because that person got pissed. He got killed, and he was the owner of the channel, the room. And Bigfoot can run out of energy and can't hit you, and so you can hit him a whole bunch. But I ran out of bullets, and so all I could do was knife stab him, and then I ran out of energy. So I'm like, please just kill me and hold me while I bleed out.
Yo,
okay,
Bigfoot's just trying to live, man.
Yeah, and then on top of that, that kind of breaks my suspension of disbelief because Bigfoot, he's probably got aerobics for days, trekking across mountains and stuff. You should have to use his strength and his energy against him. Maybe have him chase you someplace and make him take a swing on you, and he knocks this thing over and it pins him or something. I don't know. Bigfoot running out of strength and stamina? Come on.
I think it only happens in the daylight. I don't really understand the mechanics of that.
Is that how Bigfoot works? Who knows? Who knows?
He's very scary at night, and then he's slightly less scary during the day.
Okay.
But you can also get your health back up as Bigfoot by eating raccoons and deer and bear. The only thing I saw in that game were bears, and it was terrifying.
But he doesn't run out of stamina while he's eating bears, though, right? But when he's chasing teenagers, that's when he's winded.
Yeah.
Okay, just wanted to make sure.
Yeah. Because the bear's running at him.
Hell, even trying to eat a raccoon. A raccoon don't go down easy either.
They go down easier than a person, I guess. Not really. Maybe one hit less.
I don't know. Raccoons are pretty tough. But yeah. So the secret is to get Bigfoot winded.
Yes.
Okay.
Just wear Bigfoot down and hide.
You know what you got to do? You got to get Bigfoot that Delta variant.
Like Bigfoot can't smell you. That's how he stays undetected. It's probably how he eats. He's pretty big. He's got to eat a lot, so he's got to be able to smell all the little berries and stuff around that he can eat.
Yeah, there's really the only cue is when he decides to yell, and then you can kind of tell where he is on the map. But a lot of the sound in that game isn't very good for that kind of spatial awareness.
The game needs an Arma version. It needs a realism version.
Stars.
Yeah, it needs an Arma version.
I also played a very interesting game that I'm trying to finish before it gets off Game Pass.
What's up?
It's called East Shade.
Sounds familiar.
The cover is 2 owl people.
Look it up here.
So you the first thing that happens is a shipwreck, and you're on that ship, and so you wash up on shore where you were actually trying to go. So
it looks beautiful
on the island. It is a very beautiful game.
Throwing that in our Twitch chat.
Yeah, it's pretty lovely
for everybody.
So is it kind of in the vein of generally speaking, is it kind of in the vein of a Myst, or what was that game that came out a couple years ago where you were on a little 3D island like this, and it kind of took the internet by storm?
I'm gonna say no because it's not a survival game. It's just story.
Okay. Well, that was Mist.
Mist is just story.
Yeah, Mist was all story.
It sounds like it's a horror game though. But Shade's not. It's just like really pretty. Like kind of reminds me of a low poly version of Fable.
Okay.
Okay.
Like how it plays, like it's kind of somewhat open world, but not really. And then you have like places you can walk to and different little missions you can pick up to make money to get to places. You're trying to find your brother on this island.
Always the brother.
Yeah, those damn brothers. At least I think that's what I was supposed to do. Maybe not. Maybe that was a different game. Oh, no, that is a different game. I went to this island because I'm a painter, and my mom suggested I go there before she died.
Okay.
We Happy Few is where you're looking for your brother.
The Witness. That's the name of the other game.
I don't know if I'm a bird person, a bear person, or a deer person. I haven't seen myself.
I just instantly thought of Rick and Morty. I was like, bird person.
You gotta use your Patronus and see what it is.
Yeah.
Oh, we don't talk about that lady anymore, do we?
Nope.
Keith the Boogie, do you mind if I commandeer the screen here for a second? London just sent me some actual exclusive footage of Sage Bell in the game of Final Fantasy. That's actually my character there. Somebody bought me a sailor suit. They were like, "Oh my gosh, you're adorbs. Hang on a sec." And they ran to the market board and they're like, "Here," and they traded me like a whole sailor suit. And I was like, "Oh, thanks." So this is me trying it on for the first time.
14 sounds like such an interesting community.
It is. That's one of the strong points of the game too. You don't really run into too many assholes, and the ones that you do are lovable assholes. Like they're an asshole. Like for comedic value, like they're an asshole. Like, oh, I like that person. You know, sometimes you're attracted to assholes. Some of your friends are assholes. It happens sometimes.
I mean, most of my friends are.
Yeah. So, but in general,
Self-included.
yeah, the community is great. It's great. You meet a lot of people, and it's weird to meet toxic people there. Everybody kind of looks at them like, "What are you doing here?" Like nobody says anything because they're too polite, but everybody's kind of like,
"Go back to where you came from."
Yeah,
you're harsh and mellow, bro.
Yeah, everybody's like, "Okay, so we're just gonna do this." Yeah, or you just ignore them. It's fine.
Remember when the Savorings played EverQuest?
EQ, baby. All right.
Yeah.
So speaking of EQ, nope, that's a terrible segue. Let's talk about Amarath.
Is that how you pronounce her name?
Amarath.
Amarath.
It's Amarath. I thought.
Is it Am? I thought it was
Amorath.
Yeah,
I thought it was like a long A. Or angry A.
I think it's jogging, more like yogging. I think it's a soft J.
It's a soft J. So, okay, what's the deal with this now? 5 band sounds.
This is her 5th band.
Yeah.
So I was looking into a little deeper because she's actually banned on multiple platforms, not just Twitch. So let's see. In this article, I believe it says she got banned on TikTok and Instagram. I'm not on that page.
Yeah, and I've seen some of her streams where she kind of like laughs about it, and that's the other thing too with her. Like she knows, and she's like
TikTok
saving her
and Instagram. Yeah.
Yeah, she knows, and she's even said it on the stream. She's like, until they finally ban me. Da, 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 da.
Yeah. Let's see this other article I was looking up. It says, she's even joked about quitting streaming before. So in the end, it'll be her who decides. So her profile's already back up. She on at least Twitch.
And don't think for a minute, even if all that goes away, she won't be on like some talk show. She won't have like some reality show. Like who even knows?
If you're looking at the top 100 streamers, she's the first woman who pops up, and there's only 3 in the top 100.
Yeah, there's been way less famous or infamous, whatever you want to say, people than her that have gone on and had like 10, 20, 30 year long careers. So yeah, and she knows that. So yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm just only now looking at her page. She games too, right? It's not just cosplay. I'm only on the Twitter.
Technically, or at one point she used to. I don't know. Before I had known her in this capacity, I'm not too.
I mean, she did ASMR and licked the ear on stream, and that's why it's
And the weirdest part still is like there's an attachment for the microphone that looks like an ear. It's so weird. And she was like looking that. Yeah, so she does. Well, even but before all that, she was still getting. She was a pioneer of the hot tub stream and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So
Okay, I can see. Yeah,
your face says it all out in brown. You're like, okay, that's what this is. Okay.
it's like cool. I kind of get it.
Yep.
It's
She pushes the boundaries actively.
hey,
Yeah.
why not?
Yeah.
She got an OnlyFans. I can only imagine she does.
Yes.
Yeah.
She got all that stuff. She is whatever you're thinking. She's done it, and probably ironically too. She's just done it because I can do it.
She had a wardrobe malfunction as her first ban, and it was like she wasn't wearing any panties when she like did something and like.
And that made the mainstream news. That was like on CNN and like Newsweek and
2019.
stuff. Yeah.
Well,
that made the regular news. My parents knew what that was. Who's this
Jesus.
Amaranth girl? Yeah.
well, good for her.
She got banned the second time for a gym stream. She was at her gym, but her clothing was too suggestive at the gym.
I remember that one. Yes. I remember that one. I remember that like also being in the news. Yep.
Okay. I have. Oh man, we set up these topics so funny. On to the next topic that has nothing to do with streamers, but something to do with. It's a fantastic little YouTube channel called Action Esports. They do some great video game journalism, and I remember inklings of this game coming out, Knockout City, and then it kind of came and went. And they like doing these deep dives. They did one for Gigantic. They did one for PlayStation All Stars, and now they're doing one for Knockout City. And they're just London with a Y. If you want to click that link there, or are you in charge right now, Savorings?
No, I just commandeered it right there.
Okay.
On London's nice little find there. I commandeered it for a second.
Oh, I see. Well, anyway, there was a game called Knockout City. It was basically a battle royale dodgeball sim, and it had it had all the support, and then oh, thank you, Lyndon.
There are a dozen small.
Oops. But did you hear about this? Were you even interested in it?
No. There was a game that was previously on Steam. This is way back. I don't even know, 2011, 2012, called Monday Night Combat. Does anybody remember that game?
No.
That's basically what this reminds me of. Monday Night Combat was kind of like a game show type setup like this, but it was also kind of like Team Fortress 2 at the same time. And it was good. It had its charms. And yeah, this one. I saw somebody was running this as B-roll in their video today while they were talking about Battlefield beta, actually.
A lot of streamers were playing this when they were like between Apex and Fortnite. They're playing this instead for a while, like last month, I think.
Yeah, what's going on with this game? It's still relevant.
It's out, but like I said, their player base just sank so much after the first couple months. People got into it, and then they just immediately.
If you're asking me if I could get into it, yes, because Super Dodgeball is like in my top 20
video games of all time. It's not a free to play, and there isn't a whole lot of depth to it. They're like the whole reason they got a big pop the first couple months is it was really easy to learn, but there isn't a whole lot of depth to it. When you get the basic maneuverabilities to it, yeah, look, it had 2 million people, and then just now, look at that big slide.
Oh, that's not a good graph.
That's a bad graph.
I mean, you can get it for $10 on Steam. Historic low is $8.60 on Green Man Gaming. So, I mean, if it depends on what you're looking to get out of it. So, if you get it for like $10,
yeah,
and it's in many, it's enough people to play and have a good time. I mean, that's $10 well spent if you're asking me. So, but you're right though, that chart did not look good.
Yeah, that chart did not look good. That's all. Just kind of curious if anybody else in the chat has played it. Hot Riku Girl, I don't know if you played this game at all. It's so specific too, because it's obviously it looks like it's trying to be a choice that doesn't involve firearms, but you still get that BR vibe.
I mean, I totally get it though. It works because, like I said, Super Dodgeball people. I think that's on the Nintendo online subscription. You can play Super Dodgeball.
Yeah,
if you have a Switch. If you got an old NES sitting around, try to find it at a shop. If you got a PC, anyway,
That's all
yeah.
for that one. Thank you,
Mhm.
London.
But yeah, like a good solid dodgeball game, I'm all for that because, like I said, Super Dodgeball is one of the greatest games ever made, in my humble opinion.
Well, that's that. Maybe they'll gain in popularity. Maybe someone will esport it. You know?
If they make it free to play, which eventually they would,
Yeah.
the game looks like, I think it'll be all right. And put it on more things. Put it on a phone, and then
That's
you'll
the move.
instantly you'll instantly have more people. Put it on Game
Oh.
Pass, you'll instantly have more people.
Yeah, Hot Rico
Yeah.
Go remember seeing it. Same as me. Like I watched this video. Go. I remember people talking about it.
Yeah, I do. I remember that game.
Yeah.
And
But
like
anyway.
I said, it's relevant. I saw it. Somebody was running it in B-roll on a video I watched like 2 days ago.
Tight. Okay, but moving on. Oh my God, we have so many more topics. Fashion design and video games.
So basically what this article is talking about is fashion designers actually being hired to design costumes for games.
Oh.
If London wants to show the article and just kind of scroll through to each of the photos, you'll see a lot of it is Dead by Daylight based. So the company shared this article, but
not the game I would have thought.
right. But you'll see when you see some of the outfits that come through here. So you have like Nia's outfit here, and you can see all the intense detail. And as you scroll down past the ads, you get Claudette and Trickster, and you can see how like cool their outfits look.
Just make them tired. Just wear down their stamina.
And then it goes into with like Fortnite.
Oh, I guess someone did have to design Ariana Grande's.
That is the Lord. That's the.
I think the first time I ever remember seeing something with this much attention to fashion was
that should be all of them.
Devil May Cry 2. When you were able to, if you beat the game, you got a closet key, and you could change either of the main characters to wear Diesel. And Diesel designed outfits for Dante and can't remember her name.
The first game I really remember with like that went deep with the fashion design, and this was mostly through mods, even though there was some in the game, was the original Sims. That's when everybody started going like nuts with like.
Oh, really?
All
you
the
could just
designs
put
and
pictures
stuff.
over things and make.
I mean,
that way too.
I mean, officially, where it was actually real world fashion. But I think the game before that to me was EverQuest, because people would have all their different suits of armor on, and people would just stand around in cities just so you could look at them. And then like, yeah.
Which kind of feeds off of the next topic, because a lot of times in-game cosmetic outfits are NFTs. So you can like farm. I know some people who actually make their full income off of NFTs, and we'll get deeper into what NFT means. But with this next little bit is today, Dead by Daylight announced that they incorporated NFTs with the Hellraiser expansion without telling like the community or anything. So it says Behavior worked with Boss Protocol over several months to adapt in-game models for use as NFTs and approved them prior to the release of the Pinhead in DBD. The NFTs have a chance to grant access to the Hellraiser chapter of DBD.
Okay.
So chapters are like in-game things.
Okay. So.
And the community is pissed.
Yeah. As they should be. And we kind of went into this right before the show a little bit. And actually, this goes back because some coworkers and I work in tech. Some coworkers and I, as the Shades Bell, we got into NFTs, and I was saying NFTs, they have their place, they have their purpose. Yes, they're a huge drain on the environment for what they actually are, but in some cases, in some industries, they're actually useful, and they could be used for good things, and they could be used for things that would make sense with it. But once you disseminate it out to the mainstream, which is what NFTs is basically starting out as, it's starting off in the mainstream. It's going to be a while before like businesses, banks, things that can actually use these things for practical purposes, feel that it's safe or trustworthy enough to do it. But yes, I could definitely see the community being upset about this. This is so superfluous, and this is going to cost more than like what a bank or someone would use it for in the end.
There's the Hellraiser community. No, the Dead by Daylight community.
Yeah, you know what I mean. Like this
money.
Well, I
mean,
money
laundering indeed.
So
So yes, NFTs they stand for non-fungible.
non-fungible tokens. That's one of the best words in the English language. Fungible. That's a word. That's a
So
word.
Fungible,
Mhm.
regular fungible is like normal cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin. Non-fungible is the one-of-a-kind things like gifts, tweets, in-game assets, anything digital.
Yes.
And apparently, they have a really big carbon footprint.
Yes. So this is what happened, and this is my understanding of it. I'm not a genius at it. I've only know about medium about it. But basically, what it is you get an individual piece of code, whereas this is completely individual. It's completely separate. You can associate with, copy paste it into, link it to, actually have it be that thing, anything you want that's digital. So a pixel off of Mario's ass, the Super Mario Brothers. Literally, if you get this one pixel and you attach your code to it, that's it. Those two things are linked together. I'm doing a little link thing here. Those two things are linked together, and for anybody else to own that one thing, they have to buy it from you, even though they didn't want it before. But because now you own that thing, and now it's a thing to be wanted. So the thing with this pinhead thing, I was looking at the picture. Actually, each little pinhead on Pinhead's head, somebody can own the pixel of that, the little like 9x10 pixel of that with some code stuck to it that's unique and one of a kind. And now that's worth it. If somebody wanted to buy that whole original picture of all the pieces that people own, it would cost them millions of dollars because people have it and now you want it. And now it's worth something. The actual good best case scenario uses for these would be like banks. Like imagine a bank could take like a $10,000 note and attach it, take a picture of it, attach this thing to it that's unique and one of a kind, and send it across in a fraction of a second to a third world country to help bail them out or whatever, or send a loan or whatever they have to do. Just move money back and forth. Like Keith the Bookie was saying, best money laundering technique ever. But or medical records. You can own your own medical records and link your little code to it, and then those are your medical records. People can change it and move it around, but you have your own copy, and those are yours forever, and nobody can ever take those from you. So those would be like the good purposes of it. But this, for a video game, that's ridiculous. And like Sage Bell alluded to, this is really bad for the environment because this code has to be written on a high-end computer that uses a lot of power. It moves back and forth, gets sent over different internet highways and byways. It uses up a lot of power for what it's actually doing, which is nothing really. So I could see why people are upset. To me, NFTs are going to be the thing that pushes us over the edge as far as using too much power on something completely silly, but that could actually be helpful and useful, but won't be for another 10 or 15 years. So yeah, that's what's going on with that.
I know. And there's only finite space for all these servers, y'all.
And power. It's not even so much the servers, it's the power, and that's going to drain on us eventually.
Oh, jeez.
And a little section of it, like 10% of it is going to be NFTs, which for what? For Dead by Daylight? Like, are you kidding me? Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of crazy.
Well, to heck with NFTs. Moving on. Probably NFTs involved with this too. Everything's got an NFT stuff. There is a new fighting game out there, and everybody is stoked about it. And it's basically, I kind of fell out of love of Smash Brothers a while ago. You know, I didn't really like
Even
Smash
with Sora? Even with Sora coming?
I know. But I never really...
You lie if you're not going to play Sora.
I never really dug Ultimate. I don't like the way it moves. They got so close to making the Melee fans happy and just wouldn't do all the things. They still wanted to do everything their way. They're still shutting down tournaments. They're still not trying to make it an esport. Like they're not being really cool. It's not fun. Like anyway, that said,
are you talking about Nintendo themselves?
Well, Nintendo is specifically in esports with fighting games, which is why everybody's stoked about this new Nickelodeon fighter that has, oh my god, it looks like so much fun. They got all these people that made like an indie Smash clone. Yeah. Well, that's the ad for the original Smash.
Yeah, that's
right in the shin.
Yeah, that's the OG one.
Yeah,
this one was amazing.
It's going to be a little more forward there, London with a Y.
Yeah, that was amazing when that commercial first came on because you had no idea. You didn't know what a Smash Brothers was. So the first time you saw that commercial, you were like, what the hell is this? This is awesome.
But it's the developers of Slap City they got in contact with to do Nickelodeon, and it has L canceling, wave dashing. It moves like Melee. It just different IPs, and they even do reveals like Ultimate. Like they're really trolling on it.
I mean,
hard.
they should. Oh, Invader Zim! You didn't tell me Invader
Dude.
Zim was in this.
Yes.
The
Nigel
cast,
Thornberry.
dude, the cast is gnarly. Look, you got Toph, and this is just the launch. Because if you
Dude.
look at the games they're from,
Dude, you didn't tell me.
We're all buying it now.
Yeah, I didn't know Invader Zim was in here.
oh man, and they have more Smash Melee people playing this than probably Ultimate.
Dude, you know what's gonna sell like hotcakes when it comes out? Where's the freaking Ren and Stimpy? And they have to come together.
No.
Yeah, you got to put Ren and Stimpy on here.
No.
Ren and Stimpy is there. That's the big thing. Rollback netcode. People are the reason why people are playing hacked versions of Smash Ultimate is because they're playing it through Slippy, which you have to use a PC for, and it's the only way to get.
I'm sorry. What was that? What was that?
Slippy.
What?
On PC.
Okay, that's the only way.
PC, baby.
Okay.
Not PlayStation. Oh, there's Helga.
Reptar.
Reptar's in it, dude. The cast is crazy.
Dude,
but when you play
look,
Smash,
it does have Stimpy on the front.
Yeah, it'll
What?
show. We'll keep this running in the background because you'll see more things. There's
Reptar.
Cat Dog.
I should buy this now. Is it available? Can I buy it?
Yes.
No, I don't think it's out yet.
I think it is.
Oh, but anyway, they have rollback netcode, which is basically what Smash Ultimate wants, especially in this world of COVID, where people can't go to these physical tournaments. Everything got pushed online, and a lot of people stopped playing Smash because the netcode was terrible. That's why a lot of people started playing other games.
It's available.
It's available. Ooh. And it's available for everything. That's it came out on all of the platforms. And look at Ong. Ong.
Are you really gonna play that? Do you want to fight?
Yeah, I want to play. There's Ren and Stimpy as a combo.
Look
how great that is.
It's currently $33.98 on Win Game Store, and they sell Steam keys.
That is the cheapest price because it's regularly almost 50.
Yeah, it's usually $49.99. Yep.
Yeah, and they added it to the Summit, which is the big Smash Brothers tournament. They do platform fighters.
Yeah.
Already, everybody's pumped. That's all. Thank you, London.
It's on sale everywhere.
Huh?
I'm sorry. It's on sale everywhere but Humble Store and Steam. But any other storefront on PC, at least, it's on sale at least 25% off.
Ooh.
Tight.
I think I saw it on sale on the Switch, but I'm not positive.
Huh.
I scrolled past it because I was like, oh, that's not a solo game, and I need a solo game for my flight.
I'm adding that to the wish list.
Woo! Does it have crossplay?
Oh, let's see.
Oh, I actually don't know. I don't think so.
You're a good dog.
That'd be bananas if they did that.
It would.
Okay, that said, that's that. Keep your eyes open. I don't know if it'll be a Smash killer. That community is so big. A lot of people play Smash Brothers, and this last game has every character you pretty much want in Smash Brothers, except for the Nickelodeon characters, and I guess the PlayStation characters, right? Because they had their own game.
Yeah, I mean it's Nickelodeon, dude. They have decades of characters they could throw in there. What's up with the kids from Mysterious Cities of Gold, or what's up with the I don't know, let's take it way back, or I don't know, dude. They have decades of characters they could throw in there.
Yeah, they got a lot.
Doug.
Oh man, Skeeter Valentine.
Yeah, throw Quail Man up in there.
Quail Man should be a character.
Yep.
I think the toast guy from Ren and Stimpy? He should be a character.
He's in it.
Oh, Powder Toast Man.
Powder Toast Man is a playable character.
Oh, there we go.
And he's great. I think he has a move where he just. Oh yeah, where is Rocco and Heffa? Hello,
yeah, Rocco and Heifer.
Oh my gosh! So check that out, Maniacs. I think it'll be fun.
Yeah.
And yeah. Oh, and then Squid Games. Splatoon. Funny. Hot Rika girl. That is the original Squid Game. Splatoon. That is the truth.
As far as
Okay,
I can
moving
say,
on though.
as far as I can say right now, at launch it does not have crossplay, but it looks like they are going to add that feature.
Ooh. And then this next topic is really fast. London with a Y. I didn't know this, and I know some people get confused when I talk about Guilty Gear all the time, but on their website, well, because the story is bananas, it's crazy. But on their website, you can just read all these comics that go over the story, and the artwork is beautiful. It keeps you up to date. It's great. Look at that.
You know what? This is why manga is destroying American comic books. I just read that Demon Slayer manga sold more than all American comic books combined. Demon Slayer by itself outsold all. So this makes sense that they would do something like this. And I'm sure is it printed? Do they actually have hard copies of it?
Oh, probably in Japan.
Okay, because if it was and it came out over here, I bet you it'd sell.
It probably would. I know when Overwatch did comic tie-ins, they were at the comic book stores. You could go and watch.
But it wasn't manga, so it got clobbered. Because everything non-manga is getting clobbered right now.
Yeah, manga's been big,
Well,
but
you're right.
Tokyo Pop got shut down.
It's always been big,
That's
but then the American
distributor.
comic book industry went like this at the same time. So it's like they just attracted more people. So,
also,
yeah.
Demon Slayer's pretty great.
Which is what I hear. I keep seeing clips in the cartoon, and it doesn't look like it's really my jam.
It is so pretty. It's so well done. It looks like an OAV, but it's a regular running series. Just put a bunch of money behind it.
Gotcha.
Which reminds me, I do need to get up to date and watch the movie. That said, check out Guilty Gear. Read the comics if you're kind of curious about the story. The story is kind of ridiculous.
I mean, it's Guilty Gear, so
It's Guilty Gear, but the comics help because you can't always playing the story mode is.
Where's the Faust comic? Like, where does he go when he goes in and out of that door? I want to see that.
Where does anyone go? I mean, if that's the only question, they added more characters to build on the lore of Faust because they can't just have one oddball. So now they have Bedman who fights while he's only asleep and he can reverse time in live and real time.
And also, what's up with Venom? What's under his his bangs? He has no face.
Who knows? He's just probably like this.
He has no face. They didn't even draw it in. If you moved it back, it'd be blank.
Oh yeah, what was his name in DC Comics? Was it the Question?
Yeah.
Yeah, he has no face.
Yeah. Well, he does. It rips off. He has a face underneath, but normally he's got his little hat and his trench coat.
Kakashi's got a mask under his mask.
Yeah, Kakashi. They revealed his face on a non-continuity episode of
where he's got a beauty mark.
Oh, was that it? I forget, but I remember it was a big episode, and they're trying to keep the viewers on, but everybody was sick of their filler BS and nah. And even then, I think that episode took place in the dream world, so it may or may not have even been what he looks like. So who cares? Kakashi, Ultimate Storm 4. There you go. I tied it in. Fun game. Yep. And then that's all I got. We gotta. Oh, let's break for a second. Maniacs that are watching, thanks for sticking with us. I wish I dressed up too. I feel so underdressed. Sagewell's looking fantastic. Make sure to catch your Wednesday night, 7:00. Streaming next week, not this week. It'll be fun though. And make sure to drink plenty of Voodoo Ranger IPA. B Corp certified, family owned, delicious. And the Atomic Pumpkin, it's still called the Atomic Pumpkin, right?
Yeah, it's Atomic Pumpkin Spicy Release.
Ooh, so good. If you're not into pumpkins, they have Imperial IPAs, they have Juicy Haze, they have all of these different, it's a lot of IPAs. So hope you like pale ales.
The reason why it's called a spicy is because it's not your traditional pumpkin spice. It's got pumpkin, it's got cinnamon, but it also has chilies.
Oh, it's a spicy pumpkin.
Oh, it's spicy.
Literally spicy, yeah.
That's tight. See, yeah, they always kind of do that, right? They do these takes and just have more fun with it. And follow them on Instagram and Twitter. Their account is hilarious, and they look like they're putting a bunch of money behind those animations. They got a new one every week.
They got a guy.
They probably have a room full of people. They're all Cal Arts interns. Make another video, you maggot. But check it out. No, they probably treat them very nicely because it's New Belgium. They make fantastic stuff. I am a big fan of the Fruit Smash seltzers that they have because I don't like Truly. I don't like White Claw. There's a Northwest seltzer that I like. I think it's the one with like the mermaids on it.
Oh, okay, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
That one's pretty good, but yeah, like Truly's and White Claws,
Budweiser has a seltzer.
Oh, geez, of course they do.
It does not taste like Budweiser.
Well, that's probably a good thing.
Because you know how Jim Beam, everything tastes like Jim Beam?
Yeah.
So I expected Budweiser to be the same kind of thing.
Oh, I see what you mean.
But their seltzers are very sweet.
Oh, that's on brand. That's on brand. That makes sense. Budweiser. Good for them. Getting into the seltzer game 4 years late. Good for them.
The hard seltzer. Yeah, it's got to be the hard seltzer.
Oh, geez, the hard seltzer.
Everybody's
Whatever.
working on that.
For solidarity, we all have to just drink more Twisted Tea, right? For the culture.
Wow, Twisted Tea.
For the culture. What? That was that clip made me laugh every time. I think I've seen it over 100 times.
I watched it a bunch.
Boom. Yeah. Okay. Moving. I thought he had beaver teeth. Oh, pity the fool.
No. What?
Okay. Moving on to the deck verified program. What the hell's going on here now?
Okay, so as we spoke about earlier, Sage Bell, if you want to bring that up. I'm sorry, London.
Never.
I was thinking about because is your Steam open? Is your Steam open there, Sage Bell?
Yeah.
Okay. So as we talked about here, when Steam announced their Steam Deck, which is their handheld mini PC, we talked about that here on the show, and I pre-ordered mine. I'm looking very much forward to it. I saw yesterday or today, actually. See the 18th? Yeah, that was earlier today. That they had released a video on their YouTube page and a couple other places covering their deck verified program. And basically what this means is they're going to add this to Steam, and there's going to be 4 different there's going to be little icons next to every game on Steam in theory eventually, which is a lot. Who even knows how many tens of thousands of games are on there. But basically there's going to be 4 different categories. There's going to be a verified one that they've actually played, loaded up, and it works fine. You can read everything. The controls work fine. Everything maps to it. It'll just work as you expected. There's going to be I don't remember the other ones. There's going to be playable, which means the game's playable. You might have to go in there and tweak some settings. You might have to tweak your keybinds and things of that nature. But it's playable once you get it all set up. It's fine, just like any other PC game. And then there's a will not play. And then there's a untested. So basically, you're going to see this symbol on all of the games on Steam. So when you do get your Steam Deck, you'll have kind of like a nice visual guide to see what's exactly going to work or not. And this picture right here that's at the top of the article here, this is actually on a Steam Deck. And this is the page that automatically loads into the Steam OS version of Steam. And right there, it starts on Great on Deck, and it'll start with games that are verified to run just fine without any issues and without any, you having to set things up unless you want to type things. So I thought that was pretty big news. We're one step closer, and that actually is a really good idea and a really good service. And I will definitely be taking advantage of it because I did pre-order my Steam Deck, and I will be buying mine. And there will probably end up being 3 or 4 around me in my little circle of friends and family that have already also pre-ordered theirs. So I thought that was pretty cool. Do you guys have any thoughts on this? Were you guys even interested at all eventually in a Steam Deck? Sagebell, I could actually see you actually liking a Steam Deck because you could play your Dead by Daylight and stuff. You can play it on a toilet. You can stream on a toilet. you can stream in the car if you wanted to, like stuff like that. It's pretty cool.
You know, you could play Dead by Daylight on a Switch, right?
Yeah, but this will be the PC version that runs at like 60 and
which
has all
would
your
run
chat.
better. The Switch version's actually really shitty.
Yeah.
For connections.
Yep. And it'd be interesting to see because this thing actually it's volted low where it doesn't use a lot of power, but the hardware in it is actually very, very beefy for what's in there. It's actually a pretty decent desktop computer if you hook it up to a monitor. So I'm curious to see like the differences between things like the Switch version and this one, and also can you potentially stream at the same time? Can you stream from the Steam Deck? That'll be cool to see. I'm sure somebody will do it the first day. Like they'll try to do it. So I'm very curious.
I mean, if you, I don't know how it would. I mean, you can most likely, but you can also use the capture card and blah blah blah.
Yeah. I mean, definitely in desktop mode, hooked up to a monitor with all your things plugged into it. Yeah, you probably could. It wouldn't be the smoothest, but you probably could. Yeah, stream at 720p or something like that. So that was it. I thought that was cool, and it brings us one step closer to the Steam Deck, and I'm excited, and I'll definitely report on here, and I'd like to see you guys' thoughts and feels on it, and to see Sage probably maybe eventually get one, because I think that's kind of up your alley too a little bit.
I only just got the Switch last year.
Okay. Well, yeah, it'd be a while, but this would be something that I don't know. I think you would like it.
We'll see.
Yeah, and it might be good for you. I'm an early adopter, so whatever version I get is like out the door. And usually I don't buy the first of anything. You usually want to wait. Any new phone, TV, game console, you usually want to wait about 8 months or so, 8 to 10 months, because in that time there's like a 1B version. It's not a new version of the console, but they worked out a few kinks and stuff that they didn't really know was in the thing until like the first couple million people bought it. So it might serve you better to hold off and wait on it and see what other people think about it. But all I know is Stellaris in the toilet. That's all I know.
You're just like ready to go.
Yep.
Just forever.
Yep.
You doing okay over there, Loud and Brown?
Yeah, sorry. I'm having like a conniption with my problems in Apple world.
Oh boy.
I couldn't upload my run earlier. Boo-hoo.
But I thought it just worked. Isn't that why you like apples? It just works, right?
Everything just works.
It just works.
Yeah. I probably just have to reset everything. We had a new iOS. Ooh, so fancy.
Oh, I love when new versions of things just break everything.
It breaks everything. Yeah,
It's not like we get that all the time in Windows.
Right? To ping it back to Guilty Gear, the new update came in. They nerfed some characters. Some characters are strong now. I am firmly in middle tier. I am better than beginners, and I get stomped by veterans.
But that's kind of
average.
But that's kind of Guilty Gear, though. You know.
That's. I guess that's true. But I used to not even be able to hang with new people. That game was so foreign to me. But now at least I understand what's going on.
Lana Brown, I think you're being modest. I think you're an excellent fighting game player, and I think you whoop most people's ass, even at Guilty Gear.
I mean, yes, sort of. I should probably put more hours on it too. It was very humbling when Goon came by and stomped everybody in the room.
But Goon's like semi-pro, so you can't really.
That's sort of true. He's got, I don't know, over 150 hours on the game, I think.
Dude, total? That guy finished like what, 350th out of like 2,000 people or 1,000 people?
Something.
That's crazy.
He's going to the East Coast to compete.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Goon's good.
Yeah, he's that guy. Especially Dragon Ball, though, I think is still his game.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oof. Goodness.
I mean, we're drinking beer. It's okay.
Okay.
Oh, he's not.
Oh, and hey.
Those beet juice.
Yeah,
burnt off a beet juice.
Hey, Savorings, ... This next topic here is for you. Look at that link. The PS5 is the new GOAT. If London with a Y wants to hit that link, cannot believe this happened that fast. Because I don't know that many people with this console.
What's it the new GOAT of? Marketing? Bots? It's the new GOAT of bots?
It's not it's not total units sold, but it.
So let me get this straight. For the first time in 33 months, something else has outsold the Switch. Is that what this means?
Yes.
Okay, cool. But you should have broke it a while ago when it launched, and people could actually buy it. And bots sold them all out, and they still didn't. Think about that. Bots sold out every single PS5 except for like. I said like a sixth. Of actual human beings actually got PS5s. Same thing with Xboxes. Maybe a little bit. A fifth got Xboxes. So you're telling me even with that, they still didn't outsell the Switch? That's crazy. That should be the headline. It took them this long, even though it was selling out the entire time. It took them this long just to dethrone the Switch for a month. I bet you next month the Switch will be right back in number one.
Yeah, you're probably right. They're gonna drop some. Oh yeah, because of the Samus game.
Yep. Bookmark it. And the Samus game, the Metroid Dread, is the fastest selling Metroid game. So yes, the Switch will be number one because people are buying Switches to play Metroid on.
Woof, man, they got it figured out. They really do.
Yep.
Gotta...
But you know what's funny? Going back to the Steam Deck. The Steam Deck will actually be a better featured Switch than the Switch when it comes out, because you can use your Switch controllers on the Steam Deck, and for like the waggle stuff, it's way more powerful, and the emulators are better, and the emulators have online play, so people with other emulators can play with other, just like a regular friends list. So that's going to be interesting, and I am going to do that. I am going to just stuff it full of Switch emulators.
That's the move.
And just see what it do.
Then you're going to start playing Smash Brothers Ultimate, and then they're going to come after you. You better not be holding a tournament.
No. Yeah, that's the thing with emulators. Like, don't do anything official and don't charge money for it, and you're good, because it's a hobby. It's weird that other people share my hobby. Sorry. But you're not charging for it. You're not holding tournaments and getting sponsors and stuff because you're using the thing. Then that's bad. Don't do that. So don't make money off of it, but go ahead and use it. Yeah.
Well, heck yeah.
I want a better Switch than the Switch.
Get a better Switch than the Switch. Moving on. Oh, we got a double-decker. Savorings. ... You're closing out the
what I got
the episode.
Oh,
FIFA, baby.
Oh, so this is big, you guys. This is big. EA Sports has had a chokehold on most sports except for basketball, where they threw up all over themselves about 15 years ago and never recovered. And 2K kind of came and took their lunch. But basically, FIFA has kind of sort of passed on EA, renewing their contract with them. They said and FIFA wanted to charge EA way too much. I think they did that so EA would say like, no, we're not going to do that, just so they could be political and just be like, we didn't fire them. They just didn't want to accept our bid, because I heard FIFA wanted to charge EA $1 billion for FIFA, which is weird to me.
$1
billion, which is weird to me because that's what EA paid for the NFL like 7, 8, 9 years ago for the NFL exclusive rights. And FIFA's like 10 times bigger than the NFL ever will be. And FIFA and EA didn't want to pay the $1 billion, that's weird to me. There might have been some other stipulations and stuff. It might not have been exclusive. Like, you can have the license, but we're going to charge you $10 billion. Then wow. I would have been like, fuck you at that point.
Watch this be the best soccer simulator ever made when it goes to another company.
Which is also timing, because about, I don't know, maybe like a day ago, EA trademarked EA Sports FC. Like, they just trademarked that name out of nowhere, seemingly. And then today, this news came out. And also last week or the week before, Konami, who was always the maker of Pro Evolution Soccer, always like the game that was given FIFA a run for its money, always the game that was sometimes better than FIFA. Konami, because Konami is just, we could have a whole show about them.
Next week's episode, Konami.
Just Konami. But basically, they came out and they pretty much blew up. They pretty much blew up Pro Evolution Soccer PES, which was the other game that was a competitor. But anyway, so now it's wide open. So you're right. Who even knows? They might hand it off to like Namco or somebody like this, and they crush it.
No, I want them to hand it off to, you guess it, Tencent. Let's go.
You know what? Probably.
Go.
You know what? Probably. If Tencent wasn't 100%, and this isn't gonna, I don't mean to sound racial or political, but if Tencent wasn't 100% Chinese company and Konami wasn't 100% or FIFA, who even knows? There might be some politics in there.
Yeah.
But yeah, so this is big. What does this also bode for Madden? Because the NFL is only going to potentially look at this and be like, hey, if FIFA made more money, not just giving their license just to EA, maybe we should do that. 2K is going to be right there like, here, and then that'll be over for Madden.
And then we'll finally get Mutant League Football.
With an NFL license.
With an NFL license.
Yeah. So this could potentially be big. Keep an eye out on this, because if EA loses,
FIFA Watch 2021.
If EA loses its chokehold on the FIFA license, that could be big for not just this, but all video games. Loot boxes you're seeing and cosmetics and stuff that are in paid games, they're all trying to be FIFA. So watch out for this, because this could trickle down to literally everything that you play right now, including Fortnite and all that stuff. So this could be big.
will be big. And this is where we come to the final statements and topic of the night. We're starting off with Savorings ...
Yes.
DC and Super Pets. Correct me if I'm wrong. Does Mark Maron voice one of the Super Pets?
in the show, right?
Yeah.
Because
Mark
that's why I put it
Maron?
in here. Like that's why I put this in there. It's not really complaint. Like the game makes sense. It's for kids. It's gonna sell well. You put it on a Switch. You put it on the PC. It's gonna sell well. You put it on PlayStation. It's gonna sell well. I put it on a Game Pass. It's gonna sell well. So I'm not knocking the game for existing, but this is more of a bitch in general. And this was the video game version of it, so it's relevant to the show. DC, stop trying to make the Super Pets happen. Okay, and for those that don't know, the Super Pets is Crypto the super dog. That's Superman's dog. That's Ace the Bat Hound. That's Batman's dog.
Holy cow.
There was a little shout out to him if you watch Batman Beyond. Bruce Wayne's Doberman in that. He named it Ace. But in the comics, he's like the Batman of dogs, basically. And you have like dog villains and other dog heroes and things.
Yeah, so it's Dwayne Johnson as Crypto the super dog.
That's the live action movie.
Yeah. Kevin Hart.
That's not the video
You
game.
mean like CGI
Yes.
movie?
Yeah,
So-
Kevin Hart as Ace the Bat Hound, Mark Maron as Lex Luthor. They also have Kate McKinnon, John Krasinski, Vanessa Bayer, Natasha Lyonne, Diego Luna, and Keanu Reeves.
That is so Warner Brothers right there. Just throw money at the thing, have stars' names, and if it's garbage, it's garbage. But it's gonna make money because it's DC characters plus this. It's gonna make X amount of dollars, and it does. So, but I'm saying there used to be a couple years ago, maybe like 10 years ago now. I don't even know, but there was a Super Pets cartoon, and I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, that's interesting. And then the other day they announced Super Pets live action, like Sage Bell said, quotes, Super Pets movie, and then they announced the game today, and I'm just like, stop trying to make Super Pets happen, like just.
So, as your closing statement, how many copies are you buying, and when are you getting Crypto the super dog tattooed on your chest?
That is my closing statement. Stop trying to make Super Pets happen. And I'm gonna get a Super Pets NFT, and that's where I'm going with this.
There you go. And how do all the maniacs follow you?
You can follow me on Steam at the Savorings ... You can follow us on the Steam group that is Tier Podcast on Steam. You know what's funny? I haven't even added Final Fantasy 14 to the games that we play on the Steam group. I need to do that because I'm
Yeah,
tripping.
you do.
And
You play it a little bit.
And Dead by Daylight, I'm pretty sure it's on there, but I'll go check and make sure it's on there. But follow me on there. If you play Final Fantasy 14, get at me. And that's about it. Solaris has an update that's coming up, so I will check that out a little bit. And I will pass it off to Chips Ahoy right here.
Beers ahoy. Hey, it's me, it's Sage Bell. I will not be streaming this week. I will be in Atlanta, Georgia this week for work.
Nice. Okay.
So I'm gonna go to the aquarium, and that's probably the only free time I have.
Well, tell Outcast I said what's up.
I could go to the Outcast mural.
Sage Bell. There she
Yeah.
is.
I see you. You tossed me the game.
Yes.
So I yelled no randomly during stream. I was like, "How dare you!"
Well,
Here
create your
goes all your
account,
free time.
make your character, and just make it so it's on my server. And if you don't want to play it, that's fine. But you have your character on my server for like, I don't know, 3 months, a year from now. You want to play, where that you're there.
One of us.
Yeah.
Google gobble, Google gobble. One
Yep.
of us. One of us.
So I will see everybody next week here on the show if we are live.
Can we peek at your Insta while on your vacations?
Yes, I shall be posting, so you know I'm alive on Instagram stories. So just check me out at sagebell_model. I will probably post lots of pictures of food because I'm gonna try out all the terrible food for you.
Tight.
Let's go to Waffle House.
Oh,
Regret my
boy.
decisions.
Oh, I can't even imagine Waffle House these days.
I was like, should I go there? Ironically, no.
Yeah.
I really shouldn't.
You know, you should. Yeah. By all means, definitely do go. Yeah. Definitely go.
How much will my gut reject it?
That's the question. But you'll
Should I
never know
just get
till
a
you try,
waffle?
though.
A single waffle, which we know is more than enough to feed a man.
Get whatever like the default meal, like whatever their grand slam is, like whatever that is.
Yeah, one of the places I'm staying is like walking distance to a Waffle House, and I was like, oh no.
Yeah. You should go. And it'll be your first time ever going.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. It's kind of like an In-N-Out or a White Castle. If you're by a Waffle House and you're not normally by them, you should go. It's worth going. I'll put it that way. Also, a
Good.
Shoney's. If you see a Shoney's, go in there.
Hey.
Because you know what's up with Shoney's? Have you
Hmm.
seen Sherry's up here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same thing.
Oh, ew.
Yeah.
Just
Same thing.
renamed. Kind of like a Hardee's and a Carl's Jr.
Yeah. Same thing.
A Ralph's, Albertsons, QFC. Just
And I have
rebranding.
no desire to go there.
Well, okay. Well, definitely check out check out that one first. Yeah, the Waffle House.
I did laugh because I saw a Kroger. And I was like, oh, Fred Meyer.
QFC. Yep.
And over to you, Loud and Brown.
Maniacs, it's been lovely having you. As far as DC is concerned, you know what? They shoot their shot when they can, and if they fail 9 times, but I get a Harley Quinn cartoon show, it's kind of worth it. The Harley
That show
Quinn
was
TV
great.
show is so good.
It was good, but it
Good.
wasn't worth Shazam. It wasn't worth
Shazam was
just.
great.
It wasn't worth Justice League.
Okay, it
wasn't
probably
worth.
wasn't with Justice
It
League.
wasn't worth Batman versus Superman. It wasn't worth that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
The
it wasn't worth
Snyderverse.
that.
you
Yeah,
know, but I don't. Yeah,
We don't talk about Batman versus.
it wasn't worth Ryan Reynolds' Green Lantern. It wasn't.
Ooh.
Yeah, but Ryan Reynolds also killed off Green Lantern.
Yeah. Spoilers.
But we did get that though. It wasn't worth Jonah Hex. It wasn't worth all that.
That said, I'm sure the Super Pets are going to be fine entertainment for some kiddies out there. For the non-kiddies, highly recommend the Harley Quinn TV show.
Definitely.
And also, there is a most recent episode of Fat Man Beyond with Kevin Smith. He interviews Scott Snyder, and he talks about writing for DC over the years, how he feels going independent, and it doesn't really throw anybody under the bus or anything, but he kind of tells it like it is. It's super interesting.
Kevin Smith broke my heart, man. I haven't listened to him in a while. Because He-Man. But anyway, that's a whole other show.
Oh yeah, that's right.
I can't. with him anymore.
Motog.
I can't.
Oh yeah, Motor.
Yeah.
The best show ever. And that's where we're
Sorry.
ending. Master of the Universe Revisited or Revelation, greatest show to ever happen. That is our sponsor of the week, including Voodoo Ranger IPA. Please drink all the things. Follow us, like, subscribe. Hashtag drink rangerously. How did I not say that in like
Because you've been
2
drinking.
episodes?
Oh,
It's
that's
that
right. You've been
beet
drinking
juice.
beet juice.
That beet
It's
juice.
that beet juice.
Hashtag live rangerously. Drink responsibly. And as always, everybody,
Be good to your liver.
be good to your liver, punch Nazis, smoke trees. We're out. Boom, boom, doo, 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 doo.